Hello and welcome to Justin Talks Villa. Hope you can hear me. Well, I hope I've had the mic in the right place. That's a good start to the evening. I see the comment section is banging off already. I've added them into the corner of the screen here so you can see them. How is everyone? Are we all okay? Have we all recovered / got over / stop worrying about the weekend? The answer is no, obviously. Right, let's get into it. A little bit of housekeeping before we start. I have put it in the chat. Good evening, everybody. Let's say hello to a few people. Black Country Villain, how are you? Everybody okay? Good. Can everyone hear me? Hope everyone can hear me. Who have we got back? And you are forgiven. How dare you have a holiday? Oh, I've just read the last bit. And I'm really sorry to hear about the cat. I really am sorry. Much love to you. Hope you're okay. Tony of Brum, good evening. Looking forward to, hopefully. Rob Smith is in the building, loud and clear. Is that you, Rob, or me? Hopefully it's me. Gonna be an interesting one, this one. Yep, we'll get into that in a minute. Right, as I say, a little bit of housekeeping. Right, this here, if you can see it, is a QR code, okay? Substack. I'm writing articles on Substack. It also is going to be a avenue to share the episodes, any thoughts and things. It's a really good platform. It's just starting out. It's just getting motivated. So if you, is it that side? Wrong side. Don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, it's the orange thing in one of the corners. You basically, if you just take a picture on your phone, it'll take you to a link. Just subscribe or download the app. You don't have to do anything else on it. Literally don't have to do anything else on it. Subscribe to my Substack, put your email address in, and then you'll get all the updates to your email box. Okay? It is very straightforward. A few of you have done it already. And if you have, I thank you enormously for doing that. Brilliant. Thank you very much. All the best. Right. Prize tonight for the quiz is I am over the moon to be. Why isn't that raising? Should we be there to see it? I think I can do this. So there we go. So at least we can read that. Walker's Way. My very, very good friend Jim Walker, who is a legend of a man. He's given me this book, but I have bought, he even signed it for me, look. To Justin, thanks for all your help, Jim Walker. Anyway, I've bought some copies of it as well. And tonight, the winner of the quiz will be... Sorry, I just read one of them... messages. Right, sorry, get into that in a minute. Sidetracked, don't get sidetracked. The winner of the quiz will get in this book tonight. But, and this is very important, very, very important, if you can and you are able to, go and buy a copy. Now, why this is important is that Jim Walker isn't making a penny off this book. Neither is Rob Bishop, who wrote it, and they have to sell a certain amount of copies first to cover the printing costs and the costs of the company that did all the work to get this out. Now, once they have reached that number, I believe it's 350 copies, then every single penny from every single book sold is going to dementia charities. Okay, and the Dementia UK, I believe, it might be wrong, but it's a dementia charity. Okay, so every single copy of this book will be going to dementia charity. It's a charity very close to Aston Villa's heart after the sad diagnosis of one or two of our old players, Sid Cowan's notably. It also is a very close charity to my heart. My mum has been diagnosed with dementia and Alzheimer's, so I can't. And not only that, you're getting a fantastic book I'm going to go and talk to Jim again and put a little interview out with Jim as well. So that's great. The curtissport.com, it's going along the bottom of the screen here. So you can basically just go onto that website and then find it. So there you go. Okay, is that everything? Dream team. Right, Ange Laflange is back in the building. Are you up for duty tonight, Ange? Let's see how sharp she is this evening after that little break. How quick will she respond to this? Oh, by the way, do you like the new gear? It's out now. The book is out now. You can go online and you can order it. Flange is ready. Absolutely marvellous. We've had an able deputy in Robert Smith while you've been away. So what I'm going to suggest we do to keep it nice and fair, because I know Rob's enjoyed doing it, we'll just swap it around. We'll just swap it around. How's that? A little bit of swapping around. Rob can do it one week, Ange can do it the other, or if one of you are away, you can just share the duties. Hopefully that's okay. Loving this. Guess who's phoning? Simon. Should we get into it? Come on, let's get into it. I'd like to have a chat with Simon. Right, let's see if I can get him on. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Just.
How are you? Missed you last week, Simon.
I've missed a couple of weeks because I've been short of staff at work and I've had to go in and work.
That's no excuse, mate. You shouldn't be going to work when you've got your own business. You need to be sorting things out.
Yeah, that's what Uno should be doing as well.
Right, we'll get into that in a minute. You've caught me before I finished doing all my bits and bobs. So book is the prize. Click on the link to get the Substack. That's the link down below for curtissport.com to get your book. And we are doing, Angie's doing tonight. We'll start with this with you, Simon. We'll start on a positive. Centre midfielders, okay? We've done the back four, we've done the goalkeeper, we've done the wingers. So centre midfielders, we'll do one this week, one next week. Off the top of your head, Simon, who would you pick?
It's got to be Sid, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I would go with Sid, but you can pick anybody you want. So get involved in the comments section now and start throwing your votes to Anne. She's ready. She's poised at the paper, ready to get your vote. We've got 2 chances at this. So if one player doesn't get in this week, we can go for somebody else. But Simon has gone for Super Sid. Brilliant. Right, Simon. Am I asking you a question or are you just going to plough in?
I'm going to plough in because I've got a lot to go for.
I thought you might have. Right, I'll sit back and listen. Go.
Right. Some players in the dressing room, I think Unai Emery has lost. Rodgers is one of them, and also Watkins. Both of these players are supposed to be playing to get in the England squad for the World Cup. Rodgers, I wouldn't put him in a park team at the moment. The way he was walking about against Sunderland at the weekend was a disgrace. It's one of the worst performances I've seen from a Villa player in the last 30 years. And Watkins isn't much better. What has happened in the dressing room to lose these 2 players, I don't know. But that's our main creative source. And another thing, I have to slightly criticise Unai Emery for his terrible signings that he's made since he came to the club, wasting money left, right, and centre. I'm talking about Marlon. He doesn't play. He doesn't like him. Matson, he's just a bit part player. 50 million on Anana. He's hardly featured for the club whatsoever. This is money that's wasted left, right, and centre. And the winger we got from Man U, Sancho. Why are we paying him 80% of his wages when Man U clearly wanted him out the door? We should be paying him 30% of his wages. If not, he would have been rotting the Man United's reserves. Okay, I'll take a breath now, just and let you have a go.
No, that's fine. That's what we're here for, Simon. And I wondered whether you'd be the first caller on because you love that. You love getting it on early, don't you, Simon? But that's what I love. I love your passion, and no opinion is a wrong opinion because it's your opinion, okay? That's where we'll start. The Sancho thing, I sort of get your point, but ultimately we wanted to get him in. United are not going to give him away. He's still under contract, so you have to come to an agreement. And I presume the agreement we were happy with, United were happy with, he was happy with.
It's
I
a
also
bad deal,
think, you know what? I thought he did all right when he came on the weekend. I thought he did all right against Brentford as well.
It's okay, just, but when he gets to the byline, he doesn't always cross it.
No, well, I thought, that ball in the last, 5 minutes for Ollie, which he should have absolutely buried, was a wonderful ball in. And we haven't seen enough of him to make a real proper, considered a sort of assessment on where he's going to be. But I think he's going to start getting more minutes now.
My point was, it was a bad deal.
But we don't know that until the end of the season, Simon. You can't. This is where I was at last week, right? And I think you must have missed this one. And I've put it in a couple of things. As much as look, the mainstream media have hammered that, and I'll put a couple of videos out. One of them was when I clipped up a couple of TikToks. I mean, they just love the bait anyway.
Just 1 second. I think I know where you're coming from because I saw your video.
Yeah. It's just that why do we have to not slag someone off? Why do you have to criticise someone before they've even had a decent? Once he's had 20 games, yeah. But once he's had 20 games, yeah, I know. But we don't know about the deal until the end of the season. If he has 6 games, falls out with everyone, never plays for us again, at the end of the season, you can come on and say exactly what you're saying now. Terrible deal, waste of money. Why did we do it? Great. If we get to the end of the season and he's scored 15 goals, got 10 assists, and been magnificent, then we can say, you know what, that was a great deal. But until then, I really don't see the point in going, this is a terrible deal, this is a good deal, this is a bad deal. I remember when Morgan Rogers came in.
Financially, we could have gotten cheaper.
How?
Because they wanted him out.
Yeah, but the deal is the deal. You have to go and negotiate the deal. And so, we would have got him for much less wages than United have paid him because he wouldn't have left otherwise. But anyway, that's conjecture. Yeah. So where?
Okay.
So where? Okay. So who do you blame now? So where is the blame at for where we are? So I've got three options which I've written down.
The blame for where we are lies at the players and you and I. Because the players obviously aren't trying a square inch at the moment. And Unai has wasted so much money in the transfer market on players he don't play. Why buy these players if you don't like them? You spent 40 million on Maatsen and you've got a niner who barely features for Villa because he's constantly injured. We got
which isn't his fault.
You don't like the guy.
Well, we don't know if he doesn't like the guy. He hasn't had many minutes. But, I think it's. I mean, that's been reported in the press that we would have considered letting him go. I don't know how true that is, but
50 million quid just.
Yeah,
we're talking about why we can't spend money.
This is going right for players, isn't it? And we have to make a decision. But don't forget the players that come in. So a 5-year contract for 50 million is 10 million on the books, whereas a player you're selling, like for example Ramsey, is 40 million straight profit. So you have to be very careful about sort of dealing, and we have to bring somebody in, and at some point somebody has to make a decision and say, you know what, that's a decent deal. And at times last season towards the end, I liked Onana. He can't do anything about being injured, and if he's an injury-prone player, that's just the luck of the draw, isn't it? That that happens in football.
I'm slightly concerned about the attitude of the players. That why is it sunk so low? Okay, he likes to play a slow build-up. You tell me this week after week, and I don't like it. I don't.
No.
But they're walking about with minimal amount of effort. Sunderland beat Villa because there was 100% honest, even with 10 men. And Aston Villa, who do we think we are? Walking about with no urgency, even against 10 men. Well, and we're not turning off again.
I think Sunday, the tipping point was at the end of the game when he shook the manager's hand, went down the tunnel. I think that was the moment Unai Emery had enough. Not of the Villa and not of his job, had enough of the players. And I think if you listen to his post-match interview, he basically said it as much. He's never going to throw his players under the bus, but he'd had enough. And he made it very, very clear that they aren't doing what he wanted them to do. Now, I agree that you can't always go out and say, why isn't he playing? Why isn't he playing? Why isn't he playing? Because as a manager, and when you're managing all these players, I don't think that you can just willy-nilly every game go, he had a bad game today, he's out, you're in. What happens if he has a bad game the next game? Do you just pull him straight out and put the other one back in? You have to have a certain amount, in my opinion, of trust in a player. Now, we've only had 5 league games. Yes, they haven't been very good, those 5 league games, but he's given them 5. A lot of these players have had game after game after game, Rodgers being one of them, Watkins being another one. And for me now, I think he makes big changes on Thursday. I think Ramsey. I think Watkins gets left out, and I think Rodgers gets left out. And neither of those players can knock on his door the day after and go, "Why are you leaving me out?"
Yeah, but Justin, well, we haven't got another striker. That's one thing.
Well, you can play Marlon. You're saying he's not playing Marlon, but Marlon can play up top.
We tried him against Brentford. He was useless as a striker, wasn't he?
Well, because he's getting thrown in and getting an odd game here and there. I think he needs a run in the side.
Yeah, but he's not a striker. He can't hold the ball up. He's good running about off the ball, but he's not an all-round hold-up man who can bring people in. And Rodgers, like you was complaining a couple of weeks ago that some fans were giving him dogs abuse.
Yeah.
Well, he thoroughly deserves it. He puts on an England shirt and he gives a world-class performance. And he comes back to Villa and he's trotting about. If he goes to the World Cup, mate, England have got no chance, I'm telling you now.
No, look, my point about having to go at the players isn't that you're not allowed to say they've had a bad game. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. My point was I was standing at Everton in the away end, and some of the abuse that was being shouted at one of our own players was disgusting. I'm not going to get into it again. I'm not going to say what they said, but it was vile. It was absolutely vile. And all he did was miscontrol the ball twice. Now, he hasn't been very good. He's been probably our worst player this season, but I'm not going to justify somebody calling players of our club those kind of names. That's all I'm saying. That's just my personal opinion.
If it was critical of the performance, okay, criticism, but anything other than that, I'm against it.
Yeah, that I better move it on anyway, Simon, because I've got another caller coming in. Do you want to have a go at the quiz?
Sorry about the rant.
No, you haven't got
the quiz.
Don't apologise. You haven't got to apologise. This is your opinion. This is what the whole point of this show was. Okay, that's what it's all about. And I love you. I love you coming on, and I love having this debate. And I'm gonna love it, as Kevin Keegan once said. Absolutely love it when we turn it around, and I can say, "What do you think now, Simon?"
Just I thought it would come 12.
I hope it does happen, mate. I hope it does happen.
Let's do this quiz then.
Go on. Right, you've got the first clue, which is obviously the hardest. 225 appearances.
That's it.
Yep.
225 appearances.
Yep.
Somebody who's played a lot.
Yeah. No guessing in the comments, right? Please, no guessing in the comments. This is a call-in quiz only.
I'm going to go for Andy Townsend.
No, you're wrong. Thanks, Simon. Speak to you again soon, buddy.
Thanks, Just.
Up the Villa.
See you, mate.
Right. Hello. Let's see if I can... Right, hold on a minute. I've got the wrong one on here. Roadcaster. There we are. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Justin. Joe in Brazil.
Joe, here. Right, Joe. I'm just going to hold. I'm going to get the other call, and then I'm going to put him on hold, and then put you back on. All right.
Okay.
Just so we don't constantly get the crossover. Just 2 seconds. Hi, Connor.
Hello.
Yes. Could you just hold on while I just talk to Joe? Is that okay? And then I'll come back to you.
You can indeed.
Smashing. Thanks, pal. Let's hope this works. Joe, are you there? Joe.
Hello again, mate.
Yes.
You all right?
See, I'm getting good at this now. I'm swapping calls and everything. How's Brazil, Joe?
Excellent.
Is it nice and hot?
Oh, baking. Waking
Oh,
up today,
God,
yeah,
that's
man.
really going to
But
annoy us now.
beach,
It's making
beach
us
was
feel
lovely, I
easy.
must say.
The beach was lovely. Oh, lovely. Well, was you down the Copacabana, was
Yeah.
you?
No, we're way above Rio. We're up in the northeast.
Oh, right, okay.
Like
Right,
when
I haven't had
Newcastle
my
is in
holiday
the
yet,
UK.
Joe, so I might book and come to Brazil to meet you. What do you reckon?
You're more than welcome.
Do you
mate.
recommend it
Yeah,
as a
you
holiday
don't mind
destination?
You don't mind. Yeah. You don't mind. The pounds are strong as well, and you don't mind 7 dogs. Yeah, if you like dogs, you're okay.
Mate, I'll be coming with the missus, and she loves dogs. She's mad on dogs, so she would have a whale of a time.
we've
She'd
res-
probably be out all day walking them,
We've
to be honest.
rescued 7. Good,
Really?
Good. That's good. Good to hear. Yeah. 7
Oh, that's
rescues
amazing,
just
mate.
from the street.
Fair
Yeah.
play, fair play. I'll tell the wife that.
Yeah,
She'll be chuffed,
yeah.
chuffed to hear that. You'll have to send me
Yeah.
email me some pictures, Joe. You got my
I will.
email address, haven't
I
you?
will do.
Hold on, let
I
me just
have
put
indeed. Yeah,
my
I have
email
indeed.
up. Right, email here, Joe. I'm sure you've got it already.
I will do. I will do, mate.
And anyone else that wants to get in
Look,
touch, that's the one. Go on, Joe. How you feeling, mate?
I'm not going to go in too far. I'm not going to overreact. Some people overreact straight away. Now, this Emery must take some responsibility. This passing without purpose.
Yep.
But I think it's frustrating because that's not what he wants. But the slow passing, I was a centre half, a bad one. But when you see them knocking the ball about like that, you have a breather and you get your defence organised again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great for the opposition when we faff about with it in our own half. Pass, with no purpose to it.
Do you know what?
And
I don't mind the
two-footed on
playing
him,
out
but
from the back. I think what the issue is, and I don't know whether you agree with this,
No,
is
that-
we get up to
I
the
agree with
3/4
playing from
mark
the back.
and there's no pace in the
Yeah.
attack, is there?
No. And so they have to recycle it again.
Yeah. And they get time to set, don't they? It was even worse on
Yeah.
Sunday because obviously they went down to 10. And I know it's an old
Yeah.
analogy that it's harder to play against 10, but essentially the low block, which we have struggled like hell with against 11 men, and they really, I think when you go down to 10, you sort of think it's us against the world type thing, don't you? And it's even harder. And you got to give Sunderland a lot of credit. They were excellent.
They were good. They ran us ragged, I thought,
Even in the second half,
pleased
they
for
came
Castro.
for us, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They did. But the people saying Emery out, they're going to be screaming at their phones now and that. But it's madness. We just might as well just turn off the lights and lock the doors. Look at that man's CV. He deserves a good run at this.
Okay, here's
really
a question for you. How much goodwill in the tank has Unai Emery got? At what point would you say that you would start going, right, okay, hold on a minute now?
But bottom 3 in Feb.
Okay,
I'd
so
say
into
you've
the
got
new
to
year.
really- Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's plenty of
But
time to turn it around.
Why isn't he? We've got 9 players there that started that were here when Dean Smith and Gerard was here.
Yeah.
It looks so stale.
It's
I know
an
people
underused
said
fact,
this, but-
that is, yeah, definitely. That
Yeah.
there's still not a big turnover of players there.
No. And a lot of the players has improved. Their ceiling, I think. He's improved them all, but they've hit their ceiling.
I think he's got to maybe start trusting the new players a little bit more. I liked that he kept Gassan in because I think he has struggled a little bit to adapt to the Premier League, and also coming into a team that's playing the way it isn't easy. I mean, you put Gassan in to a Villa team that's flying, and I think he probably looks really good because his confidence level's up, and he was unlucky not to score as well when he had that chance in the first half. That would have done him the world of good.
Well, we got 2 winnable games coming up.
We've been saying that for the last 5,
in
haven't we?
4 days. Yeah.
No, we've got 2 good home games to come, and if we can get that one over the line maybe on Thursday against Bologna, then hopefully it could lead us into hopefully another win on Sunday. Who's your midfielder, Joe? Who are you gonna vote for?
Well, Sid will win it, but I'm going to shout out to Alex Cropley.
Alex Cropley. Okay. Ange, have you got Alex Cropley down, please?
He was doing great until we played the Albion. We beat him 3-1. It's the most violent game I've ever seen.
You're showing your age now, Joe, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Right. Are you going to have a go at the quiz?
Yeah, just get your £15 packaging postage, yeah. Sure.
You love it, don't you? Right.
Uh,
225 appearances, and your clue is he made his debut. This is a funny one against Sunderland away. Which is why I chose this player.
oh, 225. 225. Dwight York.
It's not Dwight York, but thanks for phoning, Joe.
All right, mate.
Watch what you're doing.
Pictures and bits.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, because
All
the
right.
missus would love to see that.
Okay.
All right.
About
Keep
your
the
dementia
faith.
issue and all that.
That's very kind,
All the
mate.
best.
Yeah, that's very kind. Thank you.
Bye.
Speak to you
Bye.
soon, buddy. Connor!
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I was having a bit of a stressful night anyway, Justin, because my mate Owen Moorings booked the wrong flight to Istanbul for Fenerbahce, so that was a good start.
Oh, that's a great start, isn't it?
And then I don't know.
Where are you going instead, then?
Bloopers moment. Well, he's flying into the Asian side of Istanbul.
Oh, right.
We're all going from Gatwick, and he's going from Stansted, so it's not even close.
Jesus.
So
Might be
I
a
know,
good thing.
but,
You might be able to
I
have
mean,
a holiday instead, not bother going to the football.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I mean, look, so it's already a bit stressful anyway. Then I heard the first caller. And like we said the other week, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. However, firstly, he said we lost to Sunderland. I mean, we drew.
Yeah.
For a start. Just some of the points here. The Sancho one was absolutely baffling. If we're sacking players off after probably a combined 90 minutes over two games, like the other caller said, we may as well just shut the door and just sack it off and just think there's no point. The deal is the deal, like you said. I completely agree with you. We would have got him for cheaper and probably on less wages and a lower percentage if Man United wouldn't have come down to that.
Yeah.
They obviously weren't. That was the optimal deal there.
I think basically you're right. We have to go into a negotiation. We've got a fee, they've got a fee. It's like buying anything, buying a house, buying not so much a car, but you've got what you want to spend, they've got what they want to get for him, and then you either come to a compromise or one or the other party says, no, you can't have him for that, or we're not going to pay that, and you walk away. And I think that's the issue. Go on.
I was going to say, it's almost like, do we not think, whatever people think of Monchi and Damien, do we not think they would have gone in there looking for the optimal deal that benefits the club the most? That was clearly the deal that benefits the club the most. We clearly have the funds for it, and it clearly would have been in UEFA SCR, the remit for it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not being funny, it's not coming out of my pocket. It's not coming out of your pocket.
Nope.
It's not coming out of first caller's pocket. So why are we bothered? I
think the only reason we're bothered these days is because of the implications of this PSR absolute rollicks that's just totally doing all our heads in now. But I don't know. It's so frustrating, and I just wish we could have got over the line Sunday, because that would have released a lot of pressure, and all it's done now is built that pressure up a little bit more. Where
I completely agree.
Where are you at? I don't like using the word blame, but who would you sort of put the fault at currently? Like the biggest fault? Would you think the players, the manager, the rules that hampered us?
I think it's on the players. It's on the players, because if I mean, you kind of look at how Mings, etc., reacted to the news of Ramsey going. If they've got their bee in a bonnet over this, they need to grow up, quite frankly. They're not getting paid to make the decisions. The decision was clearly made, and the hand was forced to let Ramsey go. If that's why they're so, if that's why they're so pissed off, they need to get over it. Because it's not going to change. It's not going to change. And I think a lot of players on that pitch who are letting themselves down. The only thing I agree with the first caller, he said it's a World Cup year. You'd think Rodgers, Watkins would be putting their arse in gear. I think Conser's the only one in that team who's made a really serious case. I think he should be starting for England come the summer. That person, take him a Villa glasses off. I think it should be him and Gahey. I think that's the best centre-back pairing we've got. We've probably outgrown Stones and that a bit. I still would take him. But he's the only one putting in a solid, I'd say, 7.5, 8 out of 10 each week. And at the moment, he looks the only one that is asked at this current moment in time. I mean, the comment about Unai Emery signings all failing. So is Rodgers a failure? You know what I mean? You could go on. I think it's ridiculous. But I think it's the players. At the end of the day, Emery puts out the 11 that he thinks going to get the result. It's not like he's going to lace up his boots and go out there himself. The SCR, it is what it is. They would have known what's going on. It obviously would have been communicated to the players, but they've got to say over it. I don't think much has changed with the playing style. I do think he's been somewhat stubborn at the moment. I think it's evidently clear that Maatsen and Sancho looked a lot better down that left-hand side. I like Luca Digne. I'd never slag him off, and especially with him taking the wage cut, he looked a yard off it. I will say at the weekend, I think he did look a yard off it. But I think going forward, this Thursday, it has to be Maatsen and Sancho down that left.
Yeah.
It has to be. And I mean, again, slagging Sancho off, he put a game-winning cross in if Watkins got his head to it. Even then, Cash missed the follow-up by about an inch. So I don't know why he's almost being the scapegoat. I think he looked really good. He was getting himself in the position, but it doesn't help you when the other two around him, the other two players, aren't making moves, aren't making the space. What's he supposed to do? I feel sorry for the guy because he clearly was trying to get forward. I think Harvey Elliott looked all right. I think he was desperately unlucky with the left-footed shot that just went wide. But I think it's got to be the players. I don't think any of them really look up to it. I mean, I don't think we're sleepwalking into a relegation fight. I really don't. I think we'll finish about 12th or 11th. However, it really is concerning. It is concerning because I think if you don't win the next two home games, I think that's when people have to say, right, okay, is it the manager? I don't think he should go. I think it's absolutely outlandish people saying he should go or his job should be questioned. But I do think you have to look at him. Someone in the footballing department has to say, look, is it time to change a few things? Is it time to kind of throw a few wild cards in there? So going back to your original question, I think it's the players. I will say though, I was really slagging Guessand off after Brentford. However, I think he was one of the better players at the weekend.
Yeah, you make some absolutely fantastic points, Connor, as always. A few of the points you made, I'm starting to worry a little bit that by retaining Luca Digne and Maatsen, and they're really. I mean, there is other positions where we are strong, centre midfield being one of them, although a lot of them are injured. By having a constantly fit two first-choice left-backs, let's call it, I don't think it's helping us because I don't think he knows who to pick, who to play, who to start, when to bring one on, when to bring one off, because neither of them ever play a full 90 minutes. One plays 60, the other one comes on for the last half hour. I think in a way, I'm almost sort of thinking now we should have maybe moved Luca Digne on, or whoever, and then stuck with one, and then brought in a sort of younger understudy to learn the ropes and then take over. Yeah. That's one point. On the sort of Sancho thing, I'm more than happy to give him his give him his chance and say, you know what, I think he's very close to starting now. I think Harvey Elliott's very close to starting now. I think Emery walking off. I mean, have a read in my latest column on Substack because I've had a really good think of that today, and I've wrote an article on it. And him walking down the tunnel wasn't a sign. This is what I wrote. It wasn't a sign of like I've give up here and I've had enough. And it was a sign of I'm going to clear my head, and then we are getting down to business because I've had enough. That's how I saw it. I'm going in the dressing room because I need 5 minutes to myself before they come back in, and then we're gonna sort this out because I've had enough. And he almost basically said it, to be honest, at the end. So I don't know.
I think just on the point you made there about Luca Digne, just before you carry on, I will say, I think it was exactly the same with Tyrone Mings. I think we've moved past him. We had Champions League with Pau Torres. Every time Torres comes in, we look a better footballing side. Okay, people say it's good to keep Mings around the place, but what does he do? Does he do a quiz on the evening? Does he do balloon tricks down Bodymore Heath?
Sounds like Roy Keane now.
Yeah, well, exactly. Does he do a karaoke at lunchtime? Does he do colouring books? Like, he's good to have around the place. I mean, okay, yeah, but you know what I mean? What's he doing?
I think that the Mings and Torres thing is an interesting debate, and I think there's a time to play one or the other one, depending on who you're playing against. And I think it was probably right that Mings started the weekend because they've got quite an athletic forward line. But I still think Torres makes us a better footballing team, and the way we play, we rely on him coming out from the back.
It's so clear. It's so clear.
And I think we've missing Tielemans. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because he
think
knits it all together.
I will say as well, I don't think it was Matty Cash's best performance, but I think he did a job. And everyone's very quick to slag him off. However, once he got that goal, it almost seemed like he got an extra yard or two there.
Yeah.
I will say, it's still not a brilliant defensive performance, but going forward, he looks better. However, I would like to see how Garcia plays in this team, because when he had that little 2-3 game stint, I think he looked very good. Again, I think we need a new right back, but it's time to say when he got that goal going forward, he looked better. But then again, he's not an attacker, Justin. He's a defender, and I think
he's now a defender, but he did start his career as a right winger at Forest, and he was sort of converted into a right back. But he certainly hasn't been one of our worst players this season. And again, another player that's just received dog's abuse over the last few months and years. And every time he goes away to Poland, he's absolutely brilliant. I mean, he scored 2 brilliant goals the last time we were on international duty. Why? You have to answer the question, why is that? Because he hasn't got the pressure when he goes on. Because he plays in front of the Villa fans, and all he's thinking in the back of his head, like I would, God, if I make a bad touch here, or I do this, I'm going to get pelters here. And I do think he plays on some of the players' minds.
You know what? Though it's just frustrating sometimes, because again, he does have a good performance in a blue moon.
I think he's been steady this season though in most of the games.
If this guy was a dog and he put his brain in a dog, he'd start neighing like a horse. You think, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. Who's your midfielder? Let's get through these other things. Who's your midfielder?
Gareth Barry, easily.
Okay.
I think I'd say straight away.
And Gareth Barry.
Yep.
And are you having to go at the quiz for this brilliant Jim Walker book?
Yeah, I will. Then want to say as well, fantastic cause that's going to. Dementia, Alzheimer's, very close to my heart. Great cause, by
fantastic. The way. Yeah, go and buy. It's not very expensive. I'll have to have a look actually how much it is. It's not very expensive at all. I think they've kept it pretty tight wise. I will have a quick look while you're having a go at the quiz. So, third clue, we've had 225 appearances, debut versus Sunderland, and your clue is he was born in Tranmere.
Born in Tranmere. The thing is, though, Justin, some of these are quite out my age range. Then again, if this is one a recent player, I'm going to get pelters here. Born in Tranmere. I'm going to pass it. I'm going to pass it on again.
That's fine.
One day we'll get there.
Appreciate the call, Connor. And honestly, I do really appreciate you. Brilliant call again, mate. Make some really good points. Thank you so much for calling in.
Top man.
Up the Villa.
Cheers. Have a good one.
And you, buddy. Right, we've got another caller. Let's see who this is. Hold on a minute. Hello. Hi, who's this?
Luca.
Luca, right. Can you just hang on 2 seconds, Luca, while I just put the other caller on hold?
Yeah.
If I can work out how to do it again. Right. Is he gone? No, he's here. Just hold on a sec, Luca. Hello.
Hello, Justin.
Who's this?
Steve.
Steve, lovely. Can you just hold the line, Steve, while I just have a quick chat with Luca?
Yeah, no worries.
Good man. Good man. Speak to you in a minute. Luca, am I back? Luca.
Yeah.
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. Is that the song? I think that's the song. Right, just quickly, Luca, before you do it. That book is £11. Can't even see it, 95. So it's honestly, I know I keep pushing it, but Jimmy's a really good friend of mine, and it's a really good book. And once you've read it, you can give it to someone else. Fantastic. Okay, Luca, how are you feeling? Someone says it's not Luca Dean. It's not Luca Dean, is it, Luca?
No.
No, okay. We don't play left back for the Villa then.
I'm feeling okay.
You're not feeling down, or are you worried yet?
There's 5 games in.
Yeah.
If we were like this after 10, then I'd be worried. But
yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
Obviously, some of the players need to start stepping up. But
would you leave Rodgers out now, Luca? Have you had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
he needs at least 2 or 3 games out,
Yeah.
and then see what Harvey Elliott's got.
Yeah.
Because I think Gasson should have stayed on because he was getting back really well, and he was at least going at the defender.
Yes. No, I
when Marlon
liked
come on-
Hassan. I thought he did all right, to be fair.
Yeah, I just think when Marlon come on and Harvey Elliott, they're all in the same space, so it doesn't help.
Yeah. I'd love to see Elliott in the 10 now. I think I would probably keep Gassan in. You know what? I'd like to see Gassan play up top on Thursday because I think he has played up there. I think it would give Ollie Watkins a rest because I think he needs to be left out as well. I think he's got a good presence about him. He doesn't mind doing the dirty work side of the game, getting back, tackling, and putting himself about a bit, and getting a goal would give him a bit of confidence. Then Marlon maybe on the right, Harvey Elliott in the middle, and then Sancho on the left.
I just think will Marlon do the same defensive work as Gasson? That's the problem.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he's a busy player. You know, they're all, especially our attacking players. He's like, they're just lacking confidence.
That goal, if Gasson would have scored that, it would have been, his confidence would have been.
Stephen's just said, arrest, he ain't done nothing. Yeah, well, I was being polite and saying he needs leaving out because he hasn't done a lot. So I was just trying to be polite, Steve. Right, where do we go from here, Luca? What would you do now? Would you
start?
Just totally throw it all up in the air and say, right, let's start from scratch again?
Yeah, I think he needs to start now. Time's over, bringing Sancho on. He needs to get win a games. Even if it's for like 60 minutes, he just needs some game time, and Harvey Elliott.
Yes, I agree. Okay, right. Who's your midfielder for Ange? Centre midfielder, your favourite one of all time?
I'd like to say Stilian Petrov.
Petrov's good shout. You can say whoever you want. You're going to go with Petrov?
Yeah, I'll go with Petrov.
Okay, Ange, put him down for Petrov, please. I think that might be the first shout for Petrov tonight. Nice little shout. Are you going to have a go at the quiz, Luca?
I'll have a go.
Okay, right. You've got the 4th clue. You ready?
Yeah.
We've got 225 appearances. He made his debut against Sunderland. He was born in Tranmere, but he's more commonly known by his nickname, not his actual name.
I'm feeling that pass. I don't know.
No, that's fine, mate. Thanks for calling.
And you up the Villa?
Up the Villa, mate. Keep the faith. Right. Thank you very much. Steve-O!
Hello, Justin.
How are you, mate? How you feeling?
I'm okay, mate. You know me, Mr. Glass
I
Half.
do know you. You talk my language, Steve. You do.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, let's just a bit of housekeeping before we start.
Good.
A message to John from Ireland. That song and video you played last week, Justin, was beautiful.
He wasn't
I
it?
was captivated by it. It left me wanting more. So well done to you, John.
Yeah, when he sent me that, and because he said he didn't want to sing on live, so he said I'll send you one of my videos, and then if you go on YouTube, I'll have to try and find out what the actual name of the thing is. He's got quite a few of his songs on there, but that one, it's unusual, but it's really, like, I agree with you, it's like captivating, isn't it? It sort of just gets you the talking.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the talking side of it. Yeah. I don't think he's in tonight, but yeah, lovely.
No, okay, but he'll probably catch his back sometime anyway. So
yeah, hopefully.
And now just a quick message to Ange.
Yes.
Because obviously she wasn't on the phone in last week because she lost her cat.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say to her, we lost our cat last year, So I know the heartache. And you're one of us, Ange. You're part of our family. So I want to send lots of love to you tonight, Ange.
That's lovely, Steve. You're a top bloke, you are, mate.
Okay. So, right, let's move on to the Villa.
Do we have to?
We're all frustrated. Yeah, but we're all frustrated with our poor performances this season. So basically, it leads to two questions. What are the reasons and what are the answers? Number one, let's just go back. We're a debt-free club with ambitious owners who aren't allowed to spend their money because of rules. Billionaires are used to doing what they want, not being told what to do. I hope further down the line they don't feel like selling up because of frustration. Number two, Unai couldn't freshen up the squad with players he wanted, could he?
No, he couldn't.
No. And obviously missing out on the Champions League has left a dark cloud over the club. Players, managers, fans, owners. Richard Masters, the Premier League chief, must be breathing a sigh of relief that we didn't make Champions League again. Can't have us threatening the big six cartel, can they? Okay, so the
does
answers.
seem like that way. Go on.
The answers. First of all, you can't get rid of Unai. This man has brought us winning football for 3 seasons. He's a winner of 4 European trophies in Spain. He's only failed in England with Arsenal, which means he is driven to succeed. I call him a man on a mission. He now has to get a tune out of these players. When the squad is fully fit and firing, we can field 2 quality sides. If you work out our squad, you could get 2 quality sides out of it. So there's no worries about relegation or competing in the Europa League. So my message is, even if we don't win on Thursday night, don't panic. These quality players haven't turned into bad ones overnight. Unai will sort it out. So hopefully, Robert, I might have cheered you up a little bit.
Mate, you cheered me up just by phoning me up and hearing your lovely dulcet tones on the radio. Well, it's not the radio, but the telly, you know what I mean. Yeah, no, I agree with everything you say, mate. And I don't know whether have you got access to this new Substack that I'm on now, mate?
No, I haven't yet, mate. No.
Yeah, if you get a chance, try and log into it. If you just take a picture of the little thing on the screen, I don't know whether it's like newfangled stuff, these QR codes. I've had to get my head around it, but I've stuck an article out today, just trying to make sense of everything that's going on and why I think we are where we are. And I've sort of likened it to, I don't like using these words because it's football and it's not as important as like mental health issues and things like that. But I feel like there's like anxiety and a bit of doubt. The squad are down about everything that's happened, and I've tracked it back all the way to when we got knocked out of the Champions League, which was a glorious failure. You know, we were fantastic that night. We beat PSG, but we went out and it was great and everybody was excited, but we did go out. Then we knocked on to the semi-final. We went out in a whimper. Then we lost to Man United, very disappointing. Then we didn't qualify for the Champions League. Then we hit the summer and like Vidagani's coming out saying, oh, it's going to be a really tough summer. Everyone sort of went, well, hopefully it'll be all right. And then we played out as it did, and everybody was like, oh, Christ, yeah, it is difficult. And then we've started the season poorly. Players aren't performing. Managers under pressure. Fans are getting very jittery. And I think I do genuinely, wholeheartedly think if we can just get over this, whatever it is, I think we'll be fine. I do, and I might be deluded, and people might be going, "He's why does he always try and think positive?" Because it's poor, and it is poor. I can't sit here and say what I've watched this season is great because it's nowhere near the levels that we've seen up to now from Unai Emery's teams. But I've got Guillaume Balaguer sent me his book that he's wrote, Rise of the Villains, and I'm playing my way through it. I've got an interview with him booked in, so I've got to finish it before I talk to him. and I can't recommend it. It is a phenomenal read. I'm about a quarter of the way through it at the moment, but it goes all the way back to his when he started, his footballing heritage, the Real Union days, his uncle, his father, you know, the Basque sort of traditions, and how he became a manager. You know, he was 30 odd years of age when he retired and was asked to manage the team. And I've just got to the bit when he's got to Valencia. He's such an incredible human. In 2 or 3 of the clubs, the smaller clubs he first managed, he went round local really businesses, like family-owned businesses that were struggling, and he helped them survive. He invested in them to help them survive. It honestly, he's such. I know that doesn't mean anything, because ultimately all we want to see is a winning football team. But I can't. I've never felt this way about even Dean Smith. I would be devastated if we got rid of him now. Absolutely devastated, because I think if we could just get to the point where we can spend a bit of money again and get the players he wants to get in, I still think he could be the man to bring real proper success to us.
Yeah. Just a quick one, Justin. Did you see that blog by Richard Keys last week?
I didn't, no.
You just type in Richard Keys, Aston Villa, and read what he said about our owners.
I'll have a look at that.
He said, basically, he was saying, we're hiding behind PSR excuses.
No.
And our owners don't want to spend.
Absolute
I couldn't believe
codswallop. Absolute codswallop.
Just read that blog. I mean, I don't read his blogs.
No.
I just saw it on Birmingham Live.
Mate, I couldn't.
But you just read it.
I'm like you. I couldn't disagree more. It's absolute rubbish. Our owners want that. If they were allowed to, they would spend whatever it took. That's how much they want success. Sawiris is. Well, I know this for a fact. Nassif Sawiris is massively invested in Aston Villa. Wes Edens is as well, but the day-to-day running, he's living, breathing it. He gets involved in everything, not in a messing, meddling kind of way, but he's involved in everything. He wants to be successful, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd like to read that and show it to your mate Damien.
Yeah, I will. It's a load of rubbish. Okay, who's your midfielder?
Oh, I'm going for Gareth Barry.
Gareth Barry. Okay, Ange. Well, Ange, if you can, if you're listening, I'm sure you are, can you give us a quick update? Because we are coming towards the end, maybe 1 or 2 more callers after Steve-O. So, Steve, are you going to have a go at the quiz?
I will, but I never win on the quizzes. But
look, let's be positive, Steve. Let's keep your positivity going to the quiz, right? Right.
Go on, then.
225 appearances. Debut against Sunderland. He was born in Tranmere. He was known predominantly by his nickname. Okay, now this is your clue. Born in 1906.
So...
Think of the one before, known by his nickname. No,
I can't think of players with nicknames other than just
you'll kick yourself. Too old. Look, he's born in 1906. Don't forget, 1906.
Yeah.
Old player.
Else is going to win it.
Have a stab. An old player.
He's old. When's he born?
1906.
Oh, I thought you said 2006.
No, 1906. Known by his nickname. I really want you to get this.
Oh, so do I. But is it somebody called Pongo?
Is it what? Sorry.
Somebody called Pongo.
It is! Yes, it is, Steve-O. It is Tom.
What's his proper name?
Tom Pongo Waring.
Oh, just as soon as you said 06, I thought
no, 1906. Yeah. That's it then, mate. This book is winging its way to you. Email me, Steve, with your address, and I'll get it sent off.
I sent you an email last week.
Yeah.
You haven't still got it.
Yeah, no, with your address on.
Well, you meant to be seeing me at the Villa at the Fulham game, if you remember.
Oh, of course, yeah. All right, I'll bring it to Fulham.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Or do you want me to send it in the post? It's up to you.
No. Bring it to the Fulham game.
Right, okay.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah, smashing. I'll bring it on Sunday then.
If you meet me just below the press box by the...
That's where I'll be, with my Jim Walker book and a big hug. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's great, Justin. I wasn't expecting to win that. That surprised me.
No, well, if in it to win it, mate. The last clue, which was the last one, would have been he scored 167 goals. That's a phenomenal rate at 225 appearances. That's 3 goals in every 4 games he scored.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. I'll see you. I'll see you on Sunday then.
Yeah. Well, I'm going Thursday, but I'll see you on Sunday. I assume you're not going Thursday.
I am going Thursday. Yeah. All right. I might come and find you Thursday.
Okay.
All right, mate.
Whenever, Thursday or Sunday.
Up the Villa.
Mate. Go up.
Hello. Oh, I know who this is. The dulcet tones.
Hey,
the dulcet tones have arrived, everybody. Everybody's swooning in the chat. Get ready for it.
How's it going?
I'm all right, mate. How are you? I'm just going to put this other caller on hold and I'll come back to you in a sec. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Justin. It's Lewis.
Lewis, can you just give me 2 minutes, Lewis? Well, I'll just have a quick chat with John, then I'll come back to you.
Absolutely.
Smashing. Getting good at this now, aren't we? Right, John. Before you start, can you give us a tune? Come on, John.
I won't, because I'm in my local, and
but even better, you live in Ireland, you're a singer in the pub. I'm hoping you've got a pint of Guinness in one hand and your lovely wife or partner in the other, and you can give us a bit of a tune.
I won't this evening.
Oh,
what I will say
John.
To you,
Everybody's booing. Everyone's booing in the comments section. They've all fallen out. Go on, sorry.
What I will say to you is that ridiculously, I was reading an article about the player who is the answer to the quiz.
Really?
And I got it on the first clue.
Really?
Because, he's the only one. What I read is he's the only one with exactly 225 appearances for Villa.
Well, you're barred from the quiz from now on, John, don't you?
Yeah. I know. Look, if nobody was to get it, I emailed you the answer.
Right.
So if nobody was to get it,
I haven't checked my emails. You did email last week as well, and you got that one wrong for once.
I got it very badly wrong, actually. Yeah. But if nobody gets it, and I'm right, I wouldn't mind giving that prize to Black Country Villain.
Okay, we'll have a chat.
His call a couple of weeks ago was absolutely beautiful. It was. It really shows what these kind of podcasts and these, in particular, this calling does for people, and it does for me as well.
Yeah, that's lovely, mate.
But what I wanted to say about the Villa is, like, okay, I'm not as confident as I was. I'm confident we'll pull out of it, but when I see, and I'm not going in on Buendia, but when I see him playing in a 10 and Morgan Rogers isn't, if we want to play Morgan Rogers into form, you have to play him in the centre as a 10.
I agree.
And I'd like to see Maatsen with Sancho ahead of him. I mean, look, if Sancho isn't able to last 90 minutes, start him, do the damage, like early doors, just get in, do the damage, and then you're in a position of being an advantage rather than, just kind of chasing a game and trying to. I mean, look, both goals we scored are speculative. We scored, it's great. If you don't shoot, you don't score. But I don't agree with the guy who was speaking about Mings either. I think he's an important player for us. He defensively, if we're up against a pacey side like Sunderland, we need the likes of Mings for his height and his physicality. I think you're right. Pau Torres is more key to how we play. like playing out from the back. But I just think defensively, we lose far less with Mings in the side, and that's just a statistic. It's not even just my opinion. The statistics bear that up.
Yeah.
And as for the start of the season, it's bad. It's very poor. But like 0-0 against Newcastle, a game we probably would have won if we had 11 men. And the Crystal Palace game is an outlier. They just have our number. Like, we haven't been shipping an awful lot of goals. The goal at Sunderland was it was ridiculous. That should never have gone in. But, we have to, like people saying bench Morgan Rodgers, I don't agree. Because Unai Emery has a record of playing players into form. You don't get a player back in form but putting him on the bench. Just play him in his preferred position. Central number 10.
No, I agree. It's all right. I've been a little bit preoccupied while you've been talking. Sorry, John.
Okay.
I think, and this is a story that's starting to break, that it seems we might be saying goodbye to Monchi.
Oh.
I don't know how true it is, but there's one or two reports coming in that Villa and Monchi have parted ways. I don't know how true it is as of yet, but one or two people that I trust implicitly are starting to talk. Again, this is breaking. I have no idea how true this is. So we'll have to I'm just bringing it to you as I'm getting it. So we'll have to see. Kevin says it's garbage. Unfortunately, I don't think it is. And it seems either he's had enough and gone, or the owners have maybe decided that, I don't know. I don't want to say any more really until we get any more information, but it seems that, and again, I can't say any more at the moment. It seems that is something that's starting to.
I wonder, does that make sense of how prickly Emery was after the Sunderland game? I mean, did he know?
Don't know. I have to be very
pipe?
careful because I had information on transfers in the summer, which I went with too early, and this is only what people are telling me. So this isn't my information yet. I have got some friends that I can message after I've finished here to ask, but it seems that there could be some truth in it.
Actually, you might have gone too early, Justin, but you were bang on about Asensio. Because I had heard that, like, I'm not as well connected as you are, but I had heard that it was over the line only for that stupid SCR.
Well, the Asensio thing bit me on the arse because I was told by a very good source that it was done, which is why I said it was done. And apparently Villa went back to PSG and said that they didn't want to pay a fee. That's what scuppered it. And then there was a big standoff. And I think Fenerbahce came in the last minute and said, we'll just give you 7 mil. They wanted 15. And it was either 7 off them or nothing off us. So we'll have to see. Okay, I'm going to move on now, John. Who's your midfielder?
I'll tell you, I was going to go with Collins, but I just think we need to give a bit of love to John McGinn. I know he's played all over the park.
John McGinn. Yeah, we love a bit of Johnny McGinn.
He's been a tonic for our club. So
okay, mate. Thanks for calling, buddy. Have a lovely evening in the pub.
You too. Take care, Justin.
All the best. Bye, mate.
Bye now.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm good, Tom, mate. What are you thinking about this rumour that's circulating about Monchi?
Well, I'm just circulating the interwebs at the moment.
Oh, good. Can you be our man on the scene? Anything on
looking through
socials or?
I'm looking through the dredge that is Twitter.
Oh,
and
God.
I'm not really seeing much at the moment. Yeah, it's an absolute cesspit at the moment.
It's great, isn't it,
There's
Twitter?
a few. It's horrible. There's a few things here in the Spanish accounts, but nothing really reputable, I'd say. Not really. I've seen one that says unexpected twist in Monchi's future at Villa, but that's not very, forthcoming, really, is it?
As soon as Seville Football Club had tweeted something 2 days ago. Right, we'll carry on with the call, then we'll maybe look at that after. But yes, it's looking like there could be something happening behind the scenes. So that's going to play out over the next couple of days. How are we feeling about the season, mate? How are we feeling about Sunday? There you go. How are you feeling about Sunday?
Well, I only watched the first half. The second half, I went to go play football with me mates. But what was it? It took us 20, 30 minutes to get into their 18-yard box. I think that was the stat. It took us 20, 30 minutes to get into their final 18.
It's, as I think one of the earlier callers says, I've no problem with the slow build up and the drawing the teams onto you and then creating the space and then going. But the issue is when we are creating space and having that ability and chance to spring a counter attack, it's as placid and slow in the final third as it is in our third, and that just gives the opposition the chance to reset, get back in 4-5-1 or 5-4-1, whatever you want, and then we haven't at the moment got players in the good enough form to open teams up. I mean, Barcelona were the greatest at doing this. They used to just pass the ball around for fun, get to the edge of the box, and they'd just pick you off with either a Xavi or an Iniesta or a Messi or a Pedro or a Busquets or whoever else it was. I mean, we haven't got that type of player at the moment. And they would just at some point open you up with a big, Villa or whoever would just make a good run, and that was it. You're done. And when you haven't got players of that ability in that kind of form, then you basically get to the edge of the box and everything just comes to a grinding halt. And then the opposition, it's pretty easy for them, isn't it?
That's it. I mean, from what I've seen, and it's a recurring thing, is we get so far, then we cut back, then we play from left to right, and by that point, I saw it against Newcastle, against Brentford. They're already organising their banks. It's either a bank of 5 and 4 or a 4 and 4, and we're not really doing anything. There's no penetrating runs to get in behind anywhere. And then when we do manage it, we're crowded out because we've taken too long to try and do anything. I mean, like I only said, I only watched the first half, but it was like possession's great, but it doesn't really make for much if you're just moving the ball from left to right. You've got to move it forward. And watching Gessan try and break those lines, I could see from what he was trying to do, but at the same time, he was also running back and, thankfully getting his man, but we paid him to go forward, not backwards.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. It's very it's just very, I don't know. It is worrying and frustrating.
This also brings me to my next point, and this is one of my main reasons for concern, and especially now that there's a rumour of Monchi going, because obviously him and Unai are very close-knit. What concerns me is that Unai's, would you say, is it his mental state? I'm starting to see a few cracks, like blaming the players, saying that they're lazy, but he's doing it openly now in front of the press. Walking away after 30 seconds, not clapping the away fans. I mean, Villa to Sunderland, that's a long trip.
Yeah.
And I would at least want my manager to at least clap and acknowledge that, hundreds have probably been spent getting there, possibly overnight stay because it's a long trip, things like that, the price of the ticket as well. It's not always easy for everyone to do it, but perhaps just a bit of acknowledgement, especially when Unai always says that the fans are they are the lifeblood and they're always acknowledged. I'm just a little bit concerned with Unai. I believe he can get round this, but it's like, it's the definition of insanity at the moment. He's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yeah.
Playing Buendia. He wanted rid of him a few weeks ago. a few months ago. He wasn't even in the plans, and now he's virtually started all of our games. Excuse me. Morgan Rogers, once again, completely out of form. In fact, when I was watching the first half, what was that defender's name? Hume?
Yes.
Had him in his pocket. Whenever, you try and see Morgan try and turn, Hume was on him and he just got bodied off the ball.
Yeah.
I've never seen Morgan get ragdolled like that. And he's a big old lad as well. And
He is, he's a unit.
Made him look 3 foot high. So, yeah, and not only that, give hard, play hard, like the other caller said. Let's go for Harvey Elliott in the 10. Let's try Sancho on the left. Let's try something a bit different, because it's just it's just same again. Nothing's really changing. And Ollie, oh dear, where is his head at the moment?
It's a shame,
he just can't
isn't
seem
it?
to do anything right.
No, I mean that
horrible.
chance at the end was he should have just buried that. He's like one of them sliding doors moments, isn't it? The ball comes in. As it went in, I thought, that's a great ball in. And then defender sort of jumped underneath it, and that was it. I was like, oh, no. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
did he even get contact on it, or did he just glance it?
No. But he often does that with headers, doesn't he? He either buries them or misses them totally. Unfortunately, it was the latter.
Yeah, got nowhere near it. And
no. Who's your midfielder then, mate?
Oh, go on. And midfielder for me of my generation, I'd say Gareth Barry.
I mean Gareth Barry. What a defender, midfielder, left back, left midfield. Could play anywhere, couldn't he? He could probably play in goal. To be fair,
to be honest, and he could finish as well. I can remember he got goal of the month for that one against Spurs. Took off their team on and
top corner
in the bottom right.
Yeah,
top
I think
corner,
it's fantastic goal just outside the box. Right, mate. Thanks for calling in. Last call of the night. We've gone on for an hour and 16 minutes tonight. That's amazing. But I appreciate your time phoning up, and I appreciate you hanging on as well while I'm talking to the other guys.
No worries.
All right, mate. Speak to you again soon.
It's about 10 o'clock at night.
I know, mate. It's mad, isn't it? And the way my phone is just exploding, I think I might be up for a bit longer doing a video as well.
Right, awesome. Anyway, take care of yourself.
Okay, mate. Speak to you soon.
Speak soon. Cheers.
Bye. Right. Okay. I think there's going to be an announcement within the next 24 hours. That's my understanding. Okay. Sorry, James. I've only just seen that. I'm really sorry. I've got to go. It seems really sad that we're doing this on a night when it seems like we're going to be saying goodbye to Monchi. So I believe he is leaving. That's my understanding. I believe that I think everything's amicable. And we'll see what happens. But it does not mean that Unai Emery's going anywhere. That's also what I believe. Absolutely not. So we'll see how that plays out over the next 24 to 48 hours. It is very, very interesting developments. And ultimately, when a team does what we're doing at the start of the season, I presume somebody has to pay the price, and that man is, by the look of it, got to be confirmed to be the man in charge of the transfers. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Appreciate all of you. Ange, who is our first centre midfielder to enter into the Hall of Fame. Thanks, everybody. I'm really sorry, James. I am so sorry, mate. We'll get you on first next week, okay? I'll let you phone up very, very first caller next week. If you can be on early, I'll get you on before anybody else. Okay? Ange, who have we got? Is anybody there, Ange? Yeah, Monchi leaving will make it no difference whatsoever. Sid! Yes! Sid! Glorious. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So Gordon Cowens makes it into our dream team. Justin talks Villa 11. We have now got Martinez, Gidman, Staunton, McGrath, Melberg, Tony Morley, Jack Grealish and Gordon Cowens. Next week, we'll see our centre midfielder and the completion of the midfield before we're moving on to our forward line. Okay. Right. Thanks ever so much for calling. Please drop this video a like. Don't forget to click on this Substack, please, because I'm sticking a load of stuff out on there. Thanks ever so much for everything. Thanks to everybody for calling in. Thanks to everybody for your support. Thanks to everybody for just being genuinely nice people and making this a real joy to do every Monday. Hopefully it just keeps building and gets better and better and better, and I hope you all have a lovely week. Here's to hopefully a couple of wins for the mighty Villa this week. Sorry to hear about Ange, the cat this week, Ange, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay well, give each other a hug. Up the Villa.